Things you should know when you first get your ostomy. There are so many different things I could tell you about having an ostomy, but I'm going to tell you 4 different things that I worried about when I first got my ostomy, so you don't have to. The number one thing, listen very carefully, the number one thing that you or your family member should be doing while you are recovering in that hospital bed before you get discharged is calling different ostomy companies, telling them the size of your stoma, that you're a new ostomy, you want to try out some samples and figure out which bag works for you. They will gladly send you a box of samples so you can try out all these different brands. I mean, just the ones on the top of my head, obviously there's Hollister. A lot of hospitals will start you out with Hollister, and a lot of times we really don't continue using the brand that the hospital gives us. Some do, but not all. I didn't. You got Hollister, you got Convatec, you have Coloplast. That's the main 3 that I know of, but I know there's so many different ones you could call on. But definitely do that. Look up that brand, that number, have your family member you call, and just let them know the size of your stoma and all the information that they ask, your address, and they'll send it to you. Now, I know another thing we all worry about when it comes to having an ostomy is the smell. Am I going to smell it? Is everybody else going to smell it around me? How bad is it going to be? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. How am I going to deal with it? I'm going to tell you right now. There is a product that is the best thing that I have ever used for the smell of my bag. Seriously, it's top tier, like best thing I've ever found. And a lot of other ostomates use it too. You can look it up. It's called M9, these. Now, I will warn you, the contents of those, they're blue. All you do is put a couple drops right in your bag after you empty your bag or when you change your bag. And when you do go to empty your bag, do not freak out when the contents of your bag come out looking green. It's because those drops are blue and it's changing colors. But I'm telling you, if you are worried about the smell, order these drops. It takes away about 90% of that smell. You won't smell barely anything at all. Best thing ever, godsend. All right, this next topic is a little bit more embarrassing, I will warn you, but we're going to be talking about stoma farts, because obviously we're not passing gas anymore the regular way. We're passing gas through our stoma. But the first about month or 2, you're going to be passing gas a lot more than usual and pretty dang loudly. But it will go away, I promise. The only reason it's doing that is because during your surgery, my bangs keep falling, during your surgery, you were pumped full of air and anesthesia. For the first couple months, it's going to take quite a while to push all that air out. Sometimes it's faster for others, but sometimes it does take quite some time. The best thing you can do to get your body moving is just walking a lot, honestly. But once all that air is out, it's pretty quiet. I'm not going to say everybody's is quiet. Every once in a while, my bag will make a little bit of a louder sound, but for the most part, I don't hear it. It still passes gas, of course, because my bag does fill up with air, but I really don't hear it. So don't be really worried or concerned in the beginning or embarrassed when it's making all that noise. I know I was a little embarrassed in the beginning and I would always apologize if somebody heard it, but this is natural for us. I mean, it's just like it's natural for everybody else. The only thing is we can't help it. It is what it is. So you will get through those first couple weeks of it being super loud, but even if it continues after that, don't be embarrassed. The last thing is just, how do you cope with having a bag? How do you cope with having such a major surgery like this? And of course, I was nervous in the beginning, but I had gone through many, many years of suffering with my Crohn's disease that I was mentally prepared to get the bag. But I was told that if I did get a bag for quite some time, that it would just be temporary. So to say that it was a shock when they told me it was going to be permanent is an understatement. So of course, they let me sit on it in the hospital for a couple days and make my decisions and talk to people. And I weighed out my options. I also did a lot of research. Now, I know TikTok doesn't seem like, oh, you're going to TikTok for research, but I did. I searched a lot of videos of people that had ostomies and wanted to see how they lived their daily lives, if they still had a good life, if they were able to have kids and different stuff going on. And I saw how happy people were after having their bag, after suffering for so many years. And that already made me feel better as it is. On top of obviously talking to my family that had watched me go through everything that I went through. And then there's also a lot of support groups. Now, you can go in and you can have counseling. You can go to in-person support groups and stuff like that. I personally did not do that. I added myself into a lot of Facebook support groups that were specifically for ostomates and ostomy people or whatever. And I would just type my questions in there and loads of people would answer those questions. Any questions you have, throw it in there and somebody will answer you. At the end of the day, I know this is a big thing. This is something that really hits hard when it comes to your mentality. But if you were anything like me and suffering with my Crohn's and as bad as it was for so many years, you eventually come to that realization that this is so much better than the alternative, in my opinion. It's not like that for everybody, but for me, it was a godsend. It was a blessing. I am so grateful to have my bag. Not to say it's not annoying at sometimes. Of course, I have a leak. It's annoying. Of course, it's prolapse right now, and that's annoying. But I'm pain-free. So don't think too much on it. Don't sulk in it and let it consume you, and because it's going to get better. You have so much support around you. You are never alone. There's other people like you. All you have to do is do your research and reach out. And somebody like me dealing with an ostomy is going to answer your questions, is going to talk to you, is going to be there for you. So these are my 4 things. If you guys have any other questions or you want to know certain things, please let me know down in the comments and maybe I'll make another video about it. All right, peace.